Good evening and welcome to the District of Brown Deer School Board meeting. I call this meeting to order at 6:02 p.m. Verification of public notice. The meeting has been publicly noticed. Verification of a quorum. We have 6 of our 7 members in attendance this evening. Approval of the agenda. Would someone like to make a motion to approve the agenda as presented? Thank you, Ms. Robinson. Motion has been made. Do we have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Mrs. Macon. Motion has been made second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor will raise hand and/or aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? All right, thank you. Motion carries unanimously 6-0. And the reading of our mission statement is, through the lens of excellence, equity, and engagement, we are dedicated to empowering every student with the essential skills to build a foundation for lifelong learning. And our vision is to provide a rigorous education that empowers our students to confidently navigate in our ever-changing world. So, all right, so since this is our regular board meeting, we can have public comments. Anyone that is in the chat or in person that would like to, during our public comments section, you have 3 minutes and your comment needs to be based upon an item that is on our agenda. So again, 3 minutes, no question, just a statement in relationship to anything that's on our agenda. And please state your name and your Brown Deer address. All right. All right, let's go on to our next item, our district communication, our wonderful district administrator, Dr. Cotton.
Good evening, Board. Catrice Cotton, proud superintendent for the school district of Brown Deer. While we are only 9 days into the month of December, students in the school district of Brown Deer have been busy. At the BDE, we have a student council sock drive. The student council sock drive started on Monday, December 1st. In addition to socks, the student council is looking to collect items such as gloves, mittens, and hats to donate to the Milwaukee Rescue Mission. The sock collection will run through this Friday, December the 12th. The grade level with the highest amount of donated socks will win a prize. Brown Deer Bucks Family Night will be held on January 13th, 2026, and the cost of tickets has been reduced. Lower seats can be purchased for $45 and upper seats for $30. The Bucks will play the Minnesota Timberwolves, and if the lower ticket prices aren't enough, here's an added incentive. The Brown Deer Pep Band will be performing this evening as well. Congratulations to all students and families who participated in the PTC fundraiser. Who participated in the PTC fundraiser over the course of the past few months. To date, over $6,300 has been raised.
All right.
All of the proceeds will be used to assist with field trips, teacher wish lists, and classroom supplies. At Brown Deer Middle School, the middle school forensics program continues to grow. And I'd like to thank coaches Sham and Choka for providing the students with an opportunity to show their performative skills and strengths. This past Saturday, the return of Breakfast with Santa happened in the Novak Family Fieldhouse. Over 175 tickets were sold prior to the event, and additional tickets were sold at the door. In addition to breakfast, students and their families were able to decorate ornaments, color, get a holiday tattoo, play bingo, write a letter to Santa, and of course, take a photo with St. Nick. The event received lots of positive feedback from families, and I would like to thank Ms. Washington for leading the charge on this positive family event. And thank you to all district staff who assisted in setting up, serving, and cleaning up, and brought their own children and spouses to the event. A fun time was had by all. Our middle school wrestling team dominated Longfellow of Wauwatosa School District with a commanding 54-17 win. Congratulations to Coach Bikulis and the students on an outstanding performance. 8th grade algebra students compete 4-week STEM design program at MSOE. The Generac Youth Engineering Design Academy is a multi-week engineering program developed by Generac and MSOE. Students learned about the engineering design process and how to apply it to real-world problem solving. They gain practical skills in using basic engineering and design software. As a result, students will translate concepts from 2D designs to 3D designs. And at the high school Student Council has put together 2 weeks of holiday spirit days for all students and staff to get into the magical feeling that comes with this time of year. Participation days include, but they're not permitted to, I just grabbed a couple. Wearing green for Grinch Day on Thursday, December the 11th. Cozy Day on Monday, December 15th, where students are encouraged to wear fuzzy socks, slippers, hats, and scarves. Tinsel Tuesday on December 16th, and wear your favorite sweater on Friday, December the 19th. Shout out to our advisor, Ms. Curry, and the student council for creating fun days prior to winter break. Our high school marching band participated in 2 local parades in Grafton and West Bend. Thank you to Mr. Brownfield and the students for sharing your musical gifts with the surrounding communities. And thank you to all of the band parents for getting your students to and having your child participate in this activity. Our custodial staff was honored at the first wrestling meet of the school year by the team. Coach Gladney and Hayes and members of the wrestling team wanted the staff to know just how much they appreciate them. All members of the custodial team received a flower and were publicly applauded for their efforts on keeping our spaces clean. This season, our HOSA Future Health professional students collected gently used and new blankets, winter apparel, toiletries, and hygiene products, and created winter care baskets for people experiencing homelessness in the Milwaukee area. Thank you to Ms. Bodart and our students for showing the care Brown Deer students have for others during this holiday season. Biology students examined a blue-tongued skink. While learning about common traits and ancestors, students got a visit from Mr. Deffron's pet, a blue-tongued skink named Doug. They decided
Wait, say that again?
Scheme.
a blue-tongued skink, skink. They decided it was more closely related, and I think
Was that a
there it
skink?
is right there.
Like a lizard.
Most closely related to a snake or a lizard, and even got to pet him. Yeah, brave students. All right, from the district, all 4 of our first groups have been conducted, and the administration would like to thank Performative Services for their work. And thank you to all participants for their thoughtful responses and active engagement on the future of the School District of Brown Deer. And finally, the School District of Brown Deer would like to wish all of our students, family, and staff a wonderful and joyous holiday season and a happy new year. That concludes my report for the month of December.
Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Dr. Cotton. Board members, any questions or comments of Dr. Cotton and her report?
I just wanna, not a comment, but just an observation, and I just wanna say thanks, to the district for just recognizing the custodial, help, because they do and are the drivers of this district and sometimes not even recognized. So thank you for that.
Yeah, that was Coach Gladney and Coach Hayes from the wrestling team. And they pulled them out at a wrestling match and just publicly applauded
That was
and
a nice
thanked them. And they really feel like they wanted to do it because they keep the spaces and the
Yep.
areas clean for them. And so it was a wonderful way to recognize them. And I know Mr. Russ is with us virtually this evening, so congratulations to him too with his custodial staff.
Congratulations also to the girls bowling team. I don't have my calendar, but I attended one of their meets last week.
Yeah.
South Milwaukee, I think it was.
Mhm.
My sister direction, but they did a good job. They won. I guess you're supposed to win 5 of the 9 sets or
Mhm.
whatever. And so I think they won 6. So
Wow.
that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, which is really nice. So now we have, in addition to boys, we got girl bowlers as well. So it's really nice.
Very cool.
Mhm.
And the band and the choir did a beautiful job with the tree lighting ceremony on Sunday.
Oh,
They represented very well. Everyone sounded wonderful, did a great job.
yeah.
Like a big calendar with everything on there.
You know, it's on the website, it rolls that way. But here again, we have like the activities always from like middle high school that we can send out to you, just so you know, you're able to see like the sporting events and some of these other events. Of course, they come on my calendar, but we'll find a way to make sure that you see them as well.
That's like the
report, I guess.
Yeah, and I can add it to the new report, and that board briefing is,
Although it's quite lengthy.
I'm sorry. Because there's just so many things that I'm unable to tell you about in the district report. I asked staff to provide a different way because they're working hard and you should know about the different things that are going on in their department. And so right now we're thinking that we're going to make that you'll see it twice a week. So bi-weekly, you'll see that it's called the board brief. So it's a briefing for you about things that are going on in the district.
Thank you very much. All right, let's go on to our next item, our item number 3, public comments. All right, we have anybody that is in person or on the chat that would like to be heard for public comments? Again, remember the comments are for 3 minutes, time limit of 3 minutes, and it needs to be a comment based upon an agenda item that we have. And again, your name and your Brown Deer address. So anyone would like to be heard? We'll give it another 30 seconds just in case. All right. Let's go on to our next item. Item number 4, our consent agenda. Somebody make a motion to approve our consent agenda, please.
Like there is a consent agenda, including the minutes of the November 11th, 2025 special board meeting, the November 25th, 2025 regular board meeting, the schedule of vouchers, the check, ACH and wire transfers in the amount of $137,618.25 in the general checking account and the food service account, including funds 10, 21, 27, 39, 47, 49, 50, 72, and 80, and the December 9th, 2025 school safety drill update as presented tonight.
Thank you very much, Ms. Ashley. All right, motion has been made. Do we have a second?
Second.
All right, Ms. Making, motion has been made and seconded. Any discussion?
I just have one question for that school safety drill. It's still showing those drills from the last school year. Might be helpful if you just keep it on the share.
Sure.
What, they trying to do, like a running record or something?
Yeah, that's what you have pursued
Okay.
to you. But it does start in the, it has drills from the 24.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I might get the running record if it shows from January of 25
Mhm.
up until now, but from last summer, it's not really,
Okay,
it's not helpful from my perspective, I think.
we'll make the adjustment.
All right. All right, so motion been made and seconded. All in favor, raise hand and or aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Being seen, that motion carries unanimously 6-0. All right, let's go on to our next item, item number 5, our business office report. Mr. Paul.
Good evening, board. Just 3 things for y'all tonight. We have a new food service manager in the district. Tate Flom left 2 weeks ago. Last week we had Molly Januta, who is his regional manager. And yesterday we had Morgan Tropin, who comes from the Nicolay School District. She is our new food service manager. Next is our administrative review. December 17th and 18th, DPI will be on campus to observe our food service operations. Includes breakfast, lunch, and our after-school snack. We'll be working with them to get everything they need so we can pass our review. And lastly, our procurement audit. We submitted everything for a procurement audit, and we are now just waiting for questions from DPI on anything that they want to look into.
Do we know when we're gonna have the results from that, or when they're gonna get back to us to, if they have any questions? Or we need to provide any other information?
I have no timeline. I know in our NASBO meeting with the surrounding districts, there are a couple who have had inquiries already. And then half of them haven't. So I can reach out and ask just so that we have an update on where they're at. That's all I have.
All right. Board members, any questions for Mr. Paul? relationship to any of the information that he just presented? All right, thank you, sir. All right, let's go on to our next item, approval of new hires or and/or resignations. Ms. Jackson.
Good evening, members of the board. Tonight, I do not have any new hires to report and nor do I have any.
All right, I will take that one. I love your report. Thank you so much. Yeah, perfect. All right, thank you very much. Let's go on to our item D, facilities and ground update. Mr. Russ, is Matt on here?
Yeah.
Hello, board. How are we doing this evening?
We're good.
Good. Just a couple few updates. I do apologize that I'm not there. But you know, as I was saying in my report, that we're going to be. It's a friendly reminder that our excuse me, that our pool will be down over the course of winter break. Our continued winter grounds of making sure that everyone is safe and sound is doing great. And I can, yeah, we're just we're continuing to move and groove here at the district with winter setups for all of the winter sports and things like that. So other than that, there's not much else for me as far as the update goes.
Oh, yes, go ahead.
One of the things that I wanted to add, because Mr. Russ did mention that the pool would be down because we're going to be doing repairs over the course of the winter break. Those students, due to the closure of the swim team, will be having practice for our listening audience over at the YMCA. So even though the pool will be shut down here, practice will still take place over at the Y.
I just have a quick question. Do we have to pay to use that space? And if
Why?
so,
Use the Y?
Use a lot, yeah.
Probably not,
Yeah.
because I think we've got a partnership with them and stuff. So I don't
Yeah.
think they would do that, but I don't know for sure. Matt.
We have not. I do not believe that we have to be charged with that because we allowed them. It's kind of like when they had troubles, they came to us. We have troubles, we go to them. We have a partnership with them. It's been very great.
And then Mr. Rush, you forgot about the flooring. at the
Oh
three
yes,
buildings.
I do apologize. Sorry.
Matt's question.
My computer just does not seem to want to boot up right now. I do apologize. Yes, we're having our wood floors in all three of our gyms done over winter break as well. They're going to be sanded and then a couple new coats of finish to be done to them. That'll be happening over winter break. So it'll be happening on the 26th and 27th where the Pro Star will be in to sand and then refinish our floors. And then we have roughly about a 4 to 5 day wait before we have to be able to get in there as far as being able to be back on the floors.
So Matt, question.
Yes.
By them going down 2 or 3 layers of wax, they won't be messing with any of the striping, the logos,
No.
or any of that different stuff, right?
Nope. No. Actually, there is probably every year that we have our floors redone, which is annually we have our floors done, we put 2 coats of refinish on. And when they come through, they actually only sand usually about 1 coat off. And then they put another 2 coats on. So in theory, for the last 13 years, we've only ever taken off 1 coat and then added 2. So we have quite the barrier between the design and having the floor refinished. So.
Okay. And I guess my last one is going to be is during that break, what about the students that are on the basketball team, volleyball teams, and things of that nature? I know even though school is closed, a lot of times they are still practicing and as well as potentially even playing in any holiday tournaments or anything else like that. So how is that working from the athletic department standpoint? Are they going over to the Y as well? Or-
No, so what we've been doing is that we've coordinated with Gerald, and what we do is we section off the rubber flooring in the field house area, and our basketball team practices there, and so does our volleyball team. And they have a schedule worked out with Gerald when they can alternate between teams.
Okay. Yeah, I was just kind of wondering about that because a lot of times during that time, a lot of those coaches are like, hey, you know what? I really got access now. Let's really get down into it or whatever, because they've only had probably 2 or 3 games or whatever and stuff. So now they're getting ready to try to put in, whether or not
Yep.
it's basketball offenses and defenses, if it's volleyball, setting up spikes and everything else like that. So
That is absolutely correct. And they do we kind of go through this every year right around the same time. And so we've gotten a pretty good system down where the teams start pretty early, and we have a schedule. It starts at about like 7 a.m. and then they usually have practice until at least, I think, between everyone till at least 3 or 4 in that evening.
all right. Thank you, sir. Board members, any other questions for Mr. Russ in relationship to facilities and grounds update? All right. Thank you, Matt. And I guess the next one is you as well, the safety update.
Yes. So just a quick little spew. We did add another safety safety person to our daytime security staff. He is here from it would be from 7 o'clock until 3:30 in the afternoon. He walks around with Miss Kimber and patrols both schools.
Oh, the middle high school? Or
Yeah, the middle high school to make sure that everything is going very well.
Board members, any questions in relationship to the safety update?
A total of 2 now?
During the daytime.
Yes, during the daytime. We have Miss Kimber and then one other gentleman.
Any other questions? Thank you very much, Matt. Go ahead
Thank
on.
you.
I know the kid is there, like trying to tell you, like, all right, Dad, that's enough.
Oh no, it's fine. We they're both playing, they're having fun, and
Okay. Yo, you about to go have you some fun too now.
I'm still gonna be on. I'm always a part of these boards in case the question pops up, so I'm always here.
All right, my friend. Okay, let's go on to our next item is our school board candidacy for April 7th, 2026 spring election. Ms. Ross.
Just a quick update for everyone. The notices of the upcoming April 7, 2026 spring election are on the website. That information is available for the public. Also on the website, we do have the Board of Education election resources information, which has links to all of the required forms for candidates to fill out to be eligible for ballot access. And also it gives the eligibility information is also included in that on that page. And it also has links to and contact information for questions and answers around elections and things that are required for that with the election commission and the manuals as well. So all of that information is readily available on the website, and it will be updated as necessary. As this election season progresses, we will be adding information as required. Also, the deadline for incumbents to submit for their non-candidacy is 26. So, which is a scheduled holiday for us here in the district. So if there's an incumbent who decides they don't want to run, let us know. December 23rd.
Okay.
Well before the deadline. Okay?
Yeah.
That's the update.
All right. Thank you very much. Any questions?
Oh, one more thing. There are packets of information available for And the encumbrance and the information is due back. There's a deadline for submission. I think it's January sixth. January 2026, that information is due back.
All right, and that information also be available for individuals for the village and district candidacy form. It's not called a candidacy form. What are we calling that? A candidacy informational forum on.
Finance form, that form is required to be filled out.
No. I'm talking about the village and the school district meeting to where women will talk about all of the election information stuff.
Yes,
So all of that stuff, information will be there as well too and stuff, and it's all on our website.
it's on the website, and there are packets available for anyone who's interested in running. They can pick that packet of information up. It's available here at the front desk.
Okay, thank you. All right, any other questions? All right, thank you. Our next item is discussion of the WASB State Convention proposed resolutions. And that would.
Well, the resolutions were uploaded to the website for you guys to review.
Mhm.
Hopefully, you guys had an opportunity to look at them. And at some point, I think during the next meeting.
Next board meeting and stuff, we'll vote to say yay or nay, we are supporting that. And is it Belita or is it Miss Macon? Oh, no, I'm so sorry. No, we changed it this year. Ms. Welch is the person that'll be our representative at WASB for the convention.
And I did need that information, so I will be providing your contact information, and they'll be in touch with you with whatever information that's required for that meeting.
It's a lot of them, so it should be interesting.
Yeah.
What was it? Well, I looked at it.
Stop
A lot of
counting. Like,
pages.
yeah,
Yep, a lot.
yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot.
Might be a repeat of a couple years.
It was.
Oh my God, remember?
God.
Was that ridiculous or what?
I was a timekeeper. She was a timekeeper. And we still didn't get through
That was borderline ridiculous.
everything.
Yeah.
But that happened though, so I was good.
All right. All right, let's go on to our next item is our board reports, our SWSA legislative update.
Okay, basically what we went through, for the SWSA and legislative update was we kind of went over those resolutions. Basically was trying to get an understanding because some of the language was a little awkward, to say the least. I don't know who writes them up, but some of them were a little awkward, so they kind of had some discussion about what it was actually saying. There was some discussion about how, for instance, in one of those sections, it had one question you could have possibly said yes to, and the other, they were incongruent. I'll just basically say that. It seems like some of those questions that were part of the resolution, let's say, for instance, 10, 11, I think it was 10, 11, and 12. It might have been 10 and 11. And so it says, create the WASB supports legislation separating funding for parental choice. And then they also talk about decoupling. So 10, 11, and 12. No, I'm sorry, 10 and 11. 10 and 11 was just the wording. So when we go back to it again as a group, we probably need to have a clear understanding of how one differs from the other because the language was a little awkward. So that was the main thing that they continually talked about. I don't know whether or not there's anything that can be done right now, but when we meet to have a clear understanding of those terms, because the assumption is if you're gonna say yes to one, you're gonna say yes to the second half. And if you're gonna say no to the first half, you're gonna say no to the second half. And that's not necessarily really how I thought about it. Because one I was thinking yes, and the other I was thinking no. But you don't answer that way on those questions, right?
But it's interesting because there's two writers and two people who are introducing those two resolutions, right?
Right.
And so it's gonna
They
be
need to
important, right? It's gonna be really, really important to figure out from what vantage point and what the background context is. when they, when
Right.
they wrote the resolution, right?
Right,
And so you're gonna hear it, it's gonna play out on the floor.
right.
Uh,
So a lot of people talked about the research, going all the way back to the history of, how when that legislation was first posed, it was to help students who were impoverished in the inner city. They had special schools. That's when Polly Williams and Dr. Fuller were on board, and it wasn't supposed to be expanded the way that it's expanded. The fear is that if you're taking the schools that are experiencing students moving out of the school districts, if you're moving other schools into their districts, then they don't have the problem with losing students, which has been the case for a lot of parochial schools. However, you're taking them from the public schools, and when you take the kids from the public schools, now we have a deficit and we're losing students. And so then our financial base, so it was a lot of discussion about the meal rate. If you're gonna take money away for the charter schools or the choice school or whatever, for those schools through the choice through the through that legislation, then there needs to be a new calculation of the meal rate, because we lose money when those kids are going out. And that increases the amount that for your property taxes, bottom line. So there was a lot of discussion. Matter of fact, there was more discussion on those two, 10 and 11, than it was on the other reforms. There's also some so we'll talk about that some more. The other thing wasn't as important. My opinion. Stuff.
Thank you very much, Ms. Macon. All right, WASB update.
Just obviously prepared for convention.
All right, thank you very much. The Ed Foundation, Ms. Palmer actually was able to go to the meeting, but she isn't here with us right now. Parks and Rec, I'm so sorry. Parks and Rec, so she isn't here right now to be able to give a report. But as soon as when she comes back or whatever, I'll forward the information from the Park and Rec report. And Ed Foundation.
So, I mean, officially, there is no Ed Foundation anymore. But I still need to follow up to see how they're managing things at this point with the, with going in with the foundation.
Because I remember you saying before that they were talking about potentially combining it and making it just one and everything and stuff. So it's kind of interesting on how that would actually really work. And just with the money directly always still come back to the kids like that, scholarship. Okay. All right, thank you very much. Our next item is item number 7, our board planning calendar. December 10, the high school orchestra concert at the MAC at 7 p.m. The 17th, combined holiday concert at the MAC at 7 p.m. December 22nd through the 31st is winter break, so there's no school. Of course, the 24th and 25th, Christmas holiday, district office is closed. 26th is the deadline for incumbents to file notice of non-candidacy. The first, of course, is New Year's Day. School resumes on January 5th and January 6th, the deadline for filling out all ballots and access documents. Then we'll just go to the 13th is the drawing of the lots for the ballot order. The 13th also is our special board meeting at 6 p.m. The 19th is Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. holiday, so no school, district office is closed. 21st to the 23rd is the Wisconsin State Education Convention at the Beard Center. Board members, I think we've all been registered for it. So for all of us to be able to do that and carpool or whatever else, whatever have you and stuff, to be able to go. I know some people they come and they need to leave and everything like that. So January 23rd is our records day. There's no school. And then January 27th is our regular board meeting at 6 p.m. All right. So seems like a lot during this holiday season. All right. Let's go on to our next item, our item number 8. So I'd like to make a motion.
To make a motion to enter into closed session Pursuant to Wisconsin State Statute 1925, parent 1, parent Z, the Board of Education may discussion for the purpose of discussion of the 26-28 administrative contracts and motion roll call vote to return to open session to announce or take action if any and if appropriate.
Thank you very much. Motion has been made. Do we have a second?
Second.
All right, thank you, Ms. Ashley. Motion made and seconded. All right, and let's go into roll call vote.
Vito,
Aye.
Daniels, Ashley, I, Barrington,
Aye.
Omar, absent, Macon,
Aye.
Robinson, aye, and Welch,
Aye.
and
Motion carries. The first go into closed session at 6:37 PM. Now, I think we will come back in from closed session and we'll come back out into open session after that. So during this time right now, for those that don't need to be here, thank you very much for attending the District of Brown Deer School Board meeting. And for those that are going to, I don't know how does that stay or whatever, it'll how do we
I think, so I'm gonna pause.
yeah, because I see the poll number still on there.
Y'all going somewhere?
I can hear you right here, so you got.
Okay,
I did.
you put it back on?
Yep.
All right, after further discussion, we will not be coming back into open session as a board. So everyone that's online, thank you very much. Happy holidays, eat too much, drink too much, love too much during this season, and thank you very much.